Before we start, I want you to ask yourself this. If someone you trusted online promoted a product that fixed an issue for you, would you be tempted to buy it? Now, for a lot of people, the answer to that question would be yes. You've built up a strong enough relationship with that creator in your mind to the point where anything they promote, you would see it as reliable, you'd see it as trustworthy, you'd give it a go should the price fit what you're looking for. So let me offer you this. That creator in mind is Joe Rogan. He has what looks to be a healthcare professional on his podcast, and they talk about a product which you believe would fix an insecurity of yours or something that just needs a boost. And in your feed, whether it be Twitter, TikTok, whatever, you're scrolling down and you see this ad.
A category of supplements that are very interesting work very well to increase testosterone by about 100 to 200 points.
Well, look, that Alpha Grind product that's all over TikTok, if you go to Amazon and you type in libido booster for men, you're going to find it right at the top. And that's because guys are figuring out that it literally is increasing size and making a difference down there.
It stimulates the testes, if you got those, to make more testosterone or estrogen.
I'll ask, would you buy it now? Now the thing is, for some people the answer to that question would still be yes. That's a problem, and a big one, because that video's fake. That's how far deepfake and AI technology has come. It's got to the point now where brands are selling their products and putting ads out based off of the spoken word of a trustworthy celebrity, and they don't even have to get them to say a word about it. They can just do it themselves. That's why today I want to talk about deepfake and AI voice technology and how it started to cause and will cause more problems for us in the future. But first, it can be quite funny. So voice AI has started to go viral on TikTok thanks to these very humorous, very realistic parody gaming videos.
That is so cap, Joe.
Now, for some reason, I don't know if it's because their voice works the best or whatever within the technology, but the most popular ones feature President Joe Biden and ex-President Donald Trump, and they essentially follow them through different gaming situations, whether it be Minecraft, Overwatch, FIFA, gaming scenarios you wouldn't expect to find them in, and the voices are borderline perfect sometimes.
Joe, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't even know how to shot cancel.
Oh, shut up, man. You're a Jarzinho merchant.
Hit me, please. Thank you.
You better finish that.
Oh my God, what a goal.
Quite often they're joined by special guests like Joe Rogan, Drake, I think even one had Andrew Tate in it. Not a name I'm proud of saying on the channel. But with fear of sounding like a bit of a killjoy here, these are actually great. I love these. That dog doesn't. And it's to the point now where whenever I see them come up on my feed, I can't scroll. I have to watch. They're too good. I mean, have a look for yourself. Here's Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and Barack Obama all playing Minecraft together. The premise being that Donald Trump has gone mining and he's ended up in a dungeon surrounded by spiders and spider webs, and he's basically having a go at no one else for helping him along the way. These sentences out loud sound mad, don't they? I sound like I'm going crazy, but I'm not. Have a look.
Yo, boys, I may need some help. I found a room with a bunch of mob spawners. Can y'all come and help me destroy them?
Not right now, Trump.
Not right now, bro. I literally don't even know where the fuck you at.
Fine, guess I'll do it myself. But I'm not giving you guys any of the diamonds I find.
Donald, no need to be rude. I'm trading with some villagers I found using the emeralds we mined earlier.
Trump, I don't give a single fuck about your diamonds.
And truthfully, I really wish that all of the content that comes from deepfakes was like this, you know, used for humor, nothing too serious. But of course, as deepfake and voice technology gets more powerful, it's going to eventually end up in the wrong hands, and it already has.
It's gross, and I'm sorry. I really am. I really fucking am.
As I just mentioned, the good does come with the bad, and unfortunately this can't all be funny. If I'm going to touch on deepfake as a whole, it's only right I talk about the bad side to it as well. The other day, a Twitch streamer who goes by the name of Atrioc was exposed. He was switching between monitors on a stream, and it showed that he'd been viewing a website that showed deepfake porn of other streamers. Now, what deepfake pornography is basically a normal pornography video with someone else's face deepfaked onto it, without their consent, of course, which is the biggest problem here. So he was essentially watching explicit videos of his colleagues who weren't really his colleagues, and they had no power over those videos at all. Regardless of why he watched those videos, whether what he's saying is true, whether he had other intentions, that isn't really the point. The point is that deepfake technology is at a point now where there are websites created to essentially show these types of videos without the consent of the person who owns that face. It's not a nice situation. It's not very nice to talk about, but that is the reality of where deepfake technology is now. Luckily, that website has since been taken down. The owner removed it. That isn't me saying that that makes him a great guy. that guy still sucks, but at least that website isn't available for anyone else to view at this point. Again, horrible situation for all involved, horrible situation to talk about, but if I'm going to cover everything, or at least every notable point that's happened with deepfake and AI technology over the last few weeks, then it's only right I cover all bases. Now, with that horrible section covered, I think it's important that we touch on the worrying section that we started with, being advertising. Now, as I'm aware, currently, that is the only ad which has gone viral, which includes the deepfake of another celebrity. But I do worry that it won't be the last, especially given the notoriety and the attention that that one's got. I mean, you know, it's got everyone talking about it. I'm talking about it right now with my huge audience. But I think the worrying point is that we don't really know where the limits are. I mean, the Joe Rogan one was bad enough. It's promoting a pill that you take. Who knows what's inside that pill? If you're taking it just because Joe Rogan said that it was okay, then firstly, he's not a doctor. Don't listen to his advice, even if he was saying that. But secondly, you really don't know what you're putting in your body at that point. I can understand trusting sort of the word of mouth of someone you would watch regularly and trust the opinion of. I do understand that. I mean, I've been suckered into buying a couple of these bad boys and Christ knows what's in them. But the difference is I know for a fact that the real person was talking about that product. Someone could quite easily get caught out, especially if you're not on the internet all that much. Someone could quite easily get caught out by one of these adverts and end up buying something that they really shouldn't. So I think to try and help in a way, I'm going to watch it now and point out exactly how you can tell it's a deepfake for those who maybe can't tell that it is. I think the majority of people can. At this stage, I don't think it's too realistic, but it is worrying. So I'm just going to watch it and point out exactly where you can tell it's a deepfake.
There's a category of supplements that are very interesting, work very well to increase testosterone by about 100 to 200 points.
Now, I'm pretty sure that bit is actually from his podcast. I don't think that bit is deepfaked at all. If it is, because that was borderline flawless. But I think it's the Joe Rogan bit where we're going to really start to see a couple of cracks unfold. Let's have a look.
Amazon, and you type in libido booster for men, you're going to find it right at the top.
That bit there was the biggest giveaway for me. That bit where he says, what did he say? You'll find it there. It's right at the top.
Libido booster for men, you're going to find it right at the top.
The find it, I think, is where you can really tell.
You're going to find it right at the top.
Yeah.
And that's because guys are figuring out that it literally is increasing size and making a difference down there.
It stimulates the testes, if you got those, to make more testosterone.
I think, again, it is very good. The biggest thing to look out for there, and in any of these, especially because that one was kind of easier because they had one guy who really wasn't deepfake. He was a real person. Especially given the fact they're using the same microphone, that was a bit of a dead giveaway. But you notice I'm just picking up the tiniest little things. It's not like it's a clear and obvious reason as to why this is fake. And that's the worrying bit. I don't have any stats as to how many people believed this when they saw it and went ahead and bought that, especially given that it's probably playing on a bloke's insecurities. But if they did buy it, they've bought it with Rogan's approval when really he never gave it. Now, this deepfake advertising stuff is all very new, so maybe that's yet to be added to the site, but I'm really hoping that this gets cracked down before we start to see ad after ad after ad of deepfake celebrities with you not knowing what to trust and what not to trust. Now, with what I deem to be the worrying portion of this video out of the way, and obviously the horrific that I covered at the beginning and the funny at the very start, I want to talk about the potentially deadly. Now, I saw a reaction to one of these Joe Biden deepfakes from someone who I believe was probably above the age of 40, and they believed every word they were hearing.
Shadow Garden grown dark evil pack. They watered this with the blood of 36 dragons. Shit so purple it should be asking me, where's Ronald? This shit will turn your pacemaker off. Nuclear levels of sour, lung slaughtering, necromancer kush. Shit got diamonds on it, so you know that THC to CBD ratio is fucking swag. A whiff of this shit? Yeah, that nefarious evil sorcerer moongrass. This shit straight out of K-Lid. This shit is what shot Tupac. Rip for real dog.
Now, yes, the content that Joe Biden is saying is utterly ridiculous. But the bottom line is, she believed it. So let me ask you this. What happens if someone at a presidential level of power in any country is emotionally reactive, most of them, and sees one of these videos from another country's president. For example, Kim Jong-un sees a video of Joe Biden saying they're gonna, I don't know, attack Korea. A bit dramatic, maybe, but I've just picked someone in power who I believe would probably have an emotional reaction to it. I believe that all it could take, right, is one of these emotional world leaders to make the first move based off of one of these videos, which I don't think is too unrealistic. You think 80-year-old Joe Biden is going to be able to tell if the real Kim Jong-un is saying something or not? I don't think so. You'd hope the people around him would, but given politics in 2023, I don't think we can be so sure. I know for a fact if you showed Boris Johnson a video of Joe Biden slagging him off, he'd have got Joe Biden in a headlock and nuggied him on the same day, right? I know it sounds dramatic, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I really don't think it's too out of the question to suggest that if the right deepfake was made, it could draw an emotional reaction from someone in a position of power that could spark a world war. I know how it sounds when I say it out loud, but I don't think it's too far out of the question. I hope it is, and I'm more than happy to be proved wrong. Let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I don't think it's too unrealistic.